how it goes. We got the bill collectors hitting you up. We got the job hitting us up. We got the girlfriend hitting us up, boyfriend hitting us up, all type of distraction going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, and when that we got things going on in this matrix, they got us, man, with the distractions. The day we came out the mother's womb, the distraction been on high. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's record-breaking high. So I understand, we all get caught up. I know, we're running a little late. We're about 42 minutes in. I'm your host, Rael, aka the Ancient One, as we all the Ancient One. Today's topic, you already know thyself, right? We're talking about administrative process and what we got to do right here. Because what's at hand right now is our birthright being restored. Order is being restored, which is your birthright being restored, right? Because all the distraction been keeping us away from everything that been going on. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have our time. I used to say, working, you give your time and energy away, right? And the submarine, exactly. Subconscious, that's what's going on. They trapping our subconscious mind to put us elsewhere to project their agendas, you know what I'm saying? Because they living through us. Exactly. So I used to have a saying, once they took our time, you know, when I started calculating things, getting back to my memory, I say they took our times where we giving it up to 9 to 5, Job. And then now, as we're being distracted with Job, right, since 1913, when they started with the Social Security Act and all the stuff they conjured up, right, to 1933, taking the gold, bringing us under the what are they bringing us under? Let's see. Let me show y'all. I like to give visuals when I'm talking sometimes. I like to bring it up, whatnot. But man, I got 100 pages open up on here. I don't mind me. But where is that? I think it should be right. Where is that? Where it should be. Well, President Roosevelt, right? 1933, President Roosevelt, when he passed that Gold Clause Act, taking our money back from us, our gold money, our gold standard. Once he took that away, man, it was pretty much, you know, ace in the hole for them at the time. So now we here now dealing with our times being gone, and we in conflict with, you know, going to work, trying to feed, trying to give time to our jobs and everybody else to get a piece of dollar, a piece of paper in exchange, when really there is no money. But anyways, I came across Google. Google's my best friend. Let me get back on the Google real quick. Google's my best friend at times. Sometimes I use different browsers because all browsers don't be giving me what I be looking for. So anyway, today a lot of people don't know that the post office is a bank. And I had to incorporate that before I even get into my discussion today, because I'm not going to talk too much today. I want everybody to kind of engage with what I'm saying, but I'm going to show y'all something about the post office. All right. Yeah, okay. Because now we got to get our time back to us. We done gave our time away. How we get our time back? How do we get our time back? How do we get our time back? How do we get our time back?
By not stressing?
You know what I'm saying? All right. We ain't gonna get our time back, but not by not stressing. We got to get our time back by doing something. You know what I mean? We have to correct and put back in perspective what is ours, because the whole distraction is to take you away from yourself. It ain't nothing but that. And self means literally self. So everybody that, you know, how you know who is when you see yourself in them, then you know that's another you, standing on principle, standing on law. We are the law. I broke that last time in the very first Zoom meeting we had. We are the law. Law. Now I'm gonna let my fellow brother, Macandell, where you at? What we said about law? Who is law? What is law? Where you at?
Land, air, and water.
Land, air, and water. So when I'm saying to y'all is we literally walk in, live in God, meaning the elements, we're conscious being. The universe is all us, within and outward, so above, so below. We're not just separate. We're it all. It's all us. So if we get distracted from seeing that and moving in that capacity, then somebody could put their hands over our eyes, the distraction, while we focusing on that, while they fixing up everything in the realm that we on, third dimension. So everything we see here, from the bank structure, from the politician structure, they always keep our eyes blind with what? Social Security Act, social media, benefits, the news. So those are the things that distract us from ourselves. Once they took that gold away, it was like I said, an ace in the hole for them. Because now they could take the mom and the dad away, separate them, start to keep us in a bubble when we are everything. We travel, the man traveled, we travel the whole world. The woman traveled too now, don't get it wrong, but the man, we travel, we out and about, you know what I'm saying? We ain't home all day. We be gone for months, exploring and exchanging knowledge with other men, with other kingdoms, you know what I'm saying? And we bring it back home. Because everything we do was revolving around the woman. Everything we did was revolving around our woman. When we go out and do things, we come back to our woman. The woman, she's our power, because she's the one that take care and nurture everybody. So once they got us distracted from that, it was the fall happened right there again. The same fall that happened in Enki versus Enlil, Cain and Abel. The same story keep repeating itself over and over. We in a loop. So how are we gonna get out the loop? You know what I'm saying? Because the game is about you working to live. Like literally, that's what it is. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you how the game. I spoke to a billionaire yesterday at the bank. And when I went to the post office, I met somebody else. But universe showing me and giving me signs all over. And what I got from these people that I met is that it's not to be announced that we could like say, like they're not there to say or announce to the world or to publicly that, hey, this is what y'all need to do. But it's more of you have to want this, because so much people think that everybody's the same, and who are not the same, like the original people on the earth, to get the birth right. Because remember, first in line, first in time. The first heir to the earth has to get back to his position before everybody else get. So they're fighting over our land and our spoil. They're fighting over us. So the people who know, the people I met now, these are people, even though they're Caucasian people I met. I have one of them, is a lady. She told me basically in so many words, because people around, but she's speaking in codes to me, and she's like, if y'all just read and y'all just be more into yourself and invest in yourself, then everything would be clear on what's going on, because there is no money. All the money is in the private. She was doing some private banking stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which I was doing too. I was handling my private business. So I saw her in the mix. So anyways, God must made her, divinely made me come across this lady who confirmed to me like, yeah, you're on the path, keep going. Well, she didn't tell me everything, but what we gotta do is really look into ourselves and put time in and energy in ourselves, man. Because all the stuff I'm showing y'all, that's what's going on. The banks, there is no bank. You go to when you go to the bank working for you. The bank asking you to do stuff. Now imagine now you have the bank begging you to do something, or when you say something to the bank tellers, they treat you different. When I went there to engage with them on the private side of banking, I was treated totally different. You know what I'm saying? But in so many words, like I was saying, the lady I met yesterday, not today, she like, you can't work for money. You can't put your energy into money, chasing it, because you know you'll never get out that cycle. You can never think of
online and see if you're ready.
love your passion. You know, have a passion more over you working just for money. And because we didn't raised up that way to stick to our passions, that's the reason why we're here now. So we could lose everything. I don't care. It's better to lose everything and start over and gain this knowledge, because what's happening now with us, because you got the money in your face, you distracted. And I'll be honest with you, when I got money, high, I'm distracted. I'm not as focused as I am now. You see what I'm saying? And most people don't want to admit that, or maybe don't want to admit that, or maybe would admit that. But when the money's in our face, man, we get distracted, especially when it's a lot. We get distracted, man. You know, the ladies want to buy everything in the stores. The guys want to do it too. We want to buy everything. We want to look good. We want to all the outside stuff we want to do. So the old lady that I met and another person, which is the gentleman, or another female with her husband, they all said the same thing. Spend time investing in yourself. Read, understand what you're getting into. You know, we're dealing with banking laws, we're dealing with statutory laws, we're dealing with so-called government. But because when you study yourself, what you're doing is you amplifying your consciousness, so now you can become better at governing yourself, right? Because how you move now, once you govern yourself, it will be through trust, because you're going to study all these things I'm showing y'all from the last Zoom. You know, where we at? I got the right thing open up. I got the right thing open up? Let's see if I got the right thing open up. Okay, this is the right one here. From let's get back to, okay, I had the wrong page open up the last, from what I was showing y'all from last time. The usufruct, still got it open. I got 100 page open. Okay, from that to what is payments, to the Federal Reserve notes being, you know, a medium of exchange, I should say, that we use to border. And that is what we use. So once you understand the value of self, we understand that we could use anything that we agree on. Remember, contract is the law. So if contract is the law, then whatever me and the next man or woman agree on to be, so shall it be. So where it comes in at, in the public side, is where they regulate that shit. So we not finna get remedy in the public side, because they regulate in the public. They're saying that you only could use this in the public. And lawfully, we can't pay for nothing. So going to work, think you're getting paid, you're not getting paid, because nobody's getting paid. It's just all bookkeeping. Right? And then just to show y'all, the Federal Reserve Act 411, let me get to that. Let me pull that up real quick. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. 1 second. Federal Reserve Act. On the Federal Reserve Act, let's see. My bad, I said it wrong. It's 12 U.S.C. 411. Okay, I put the wrong thing. Well, here we go. Federal Reserve notes to be issued at the discretion of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System for the purpose of making advances to the Federal Reserve banks. So there we go. We're not board of members of this society in the public to use those federal notes. Everybody's using instruments. So watch this. When you go into the bank, right? Everything is contract. You need a loan for the house. You're not getting a loan for like a house. In other words, you're getting a contract of securities. So now our concepts and our perspective have to be corrected. Mainly concept. Perspective is a different angle of it, but our concepts have to be corrected what a bank is, because we are the banks. Going to a building, that's not the bank, but we are the bank because we the one that's engaging. So when we go banking with our ships, our body, our avatar that's bringing our soul, they looking at, we talking about the higher ups, JP Morgan from the corporate office, they looking at us now as energies going to the branches to conduct energy business. So we're going to sign contracts and we're going to leave it unsigned, which I showed everybody. That's a blank endorsement when you leave a contract unendorsed, because you only signed and agree to it. So everything we doing, we agreeing to it. So these people not really doing nothing wrong to a degree because we're just agreeing to things, not knowing the nature, right? And having any type of understanding of the intent behind what they're saying, what they presenting to us. We just going along with it. So now what I'm saying to y'all is, if we get our mind right and we start studying what we gauging in, just more keen on ourselves, then we understand now I create everything, I bring everything to reality that I see fit for myself. Now, you can't ignore the rules out there, because when you go out in the public, you gotta pay attention so you could minimize the damages, because that's why people get locked up, because they trying stuff and they don't really know how to make sure they minimize or at least eliminate all casualty financially. So once you understand yourself and your family structure, why it's important to have a family structure, which will be a trust. Now you can move either privately, and when you're ready to move on a public side, you can move publicly, because now you know how to conduct yourself with contracts. All right, I went over the Bill of Exchange Act. So I showed about how we can get over the bills as far as learning about what to do with bills, what bills are. So who is new, y'all just gotta tap in. Gotta tap in. You know what I mean? Screenshot that, write it down. Read the Bill of Exchange Act. Read this code right here, tender of payment. You know, tender of payment, read it. What's that all about? I'm just giving y'all leads so y'all perspective be corrected, y'all concept be corrected, what payment is. Because that's what's beating us the most. Paying these bills, working for them, paying for them, thinking that is the most important thing more than yourself. Never have time for yourself. So we're on a journey here, and y'all who with me, I'm just telling y'all, these are the steps. This is what I had to do to come to these, you know what I'm saying, degree of understanding and my approach with these people now. All right? We don't owe no debt because we the living. And here go a code right here that explains that I went over before. We are the living, so we're not obligated because the United States took the silver and gold since 1933. So we don't owe anything. So when the bills come, you thinking it's you, because they got us agreeing to be the name. Is a corporation, which is a transmitting utility that you're supposed to have in your trust to control it, to be your transmitting utility. Nobody ever taught us that.
Really, though.
Hold on, I hear some noise. Hold on a second. Okay, anyways, yeah, so 31 USC code 3123, payments and obligations. When they're asking you for a form of payment, you know, you could refer to these codes to them. 31 USC 3123 and the Federal Reserve Act 16 note issues 16 section 1. Right? Like, there's so much components to this, but to make everything simple, like I say, first you gotta know yourself, where you at now, how you can manage your time, because it's about our time being managed now to leave the distraction and invest time more into what we should be on, which is yourself. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, we living walking banks. They see us exactly for what we are. We don't see us for exactly what we are, but they do. You know what I mean? And that's what I got from the lady at the bank. You're like, she like, if you guys just know, I'm like, man, trust me. I'm saying the same thing you saying. If they just knew, because I know. But I'm just like, everybody's not going to, you know, get it. And I see why she probably never will tell nobody what's going on, because she's not obligated to. Everybody got to figure it out. She might have her family set, yeah, but she's not going to broadcast and tell me, hey, young man, this is what you need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and go here. Nah, she wasn't doing that, but she confirmed to me, yeah, you on the path. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, your courthouse is the bank. If you in debt, you could turn the debt into money, because that money is owed to you. Everything we ever, that's the news I got for y'all. The news I got for y'all today, I'm just letting y'all know the solution is here. Every debt that you have in your name, bills, bank accounts, ever, we could go back to that, right? We could go, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. We could go back to because remember, it's all accounting. So we could, once we get the status corrected, which you're not a straw man, you're not none of the names, for those who know what I'm talking about, they got something called closed account. Nothing is closed. When your checking account is closed, it's not actually closed. It's closed on the public side, but on the private side, it's only there for set off and discharge. All right. So we could go back. Let me put this. Okay. We could go back. We could actually go back on every account that we have, and we could get the securities on them, because the securities is just your instrument that you left unsigned. And because you left it unsigned, the banks, what they do is they go in and they put, they endorse it. They do an endorsement on the back of your instrument, your contract, from, we are talking about from your job application, your car loan, your driver's license. All of these things are credit cards.
I don't think that parking shit was real, dog.
What you said, bro?
Oh, you can hear me?
I can hear you the whole time, bro.
Oh shit, sorry about that.
Now everybody on. I can mute you for a second though. And then when you ready, you know, when I'm ready, I can unmute you. Hold on. Mute you for a second. All right, yeah. So the banks, what I was saying, yeah. So all of us having these accounts, what the banks is doing, not because remember now, even though I say there ain't no bank, we're the bank. What these people are doing, these institutional people are doing, financial institutions, because they're not banks. All banks are financial institutions. All right. Now I could just Google up and look it up for yourself. If you think I'm lying. But anyways, all the banks, all these financial institutions, from the driver's license, from the post office, well, the post office is a little different. They're a bank, and they're actually the real one running everything. But I'm gonna get to them a little bit. But from your bank accounts from the past, driver's license, everything you got, they're exchanging your money. I mean your securities. They're sending it off on the Federal Trade Commission. I mean the Treasury. I'm sorry. They're sending everything to the Treasury, and you have a place called the DTCC. All right, Depository Trust Corporation. Okay, let me see if I got it. They changed their website. So anyways, this is the DTC. This is the DTCC. And this is the clearinghouse. This ain't the right one. Okay, let me go to the right one. Let me go to. This is how you can look up your social and see who trading on you. Because remember, your social is for your social securities. I want y'all to peep this. The key thing I saw, and I as I've been studying, learning from other people that I've been coming across, from Yusuf, Jonah Bate, these guys that I listened to for the past 5 years now, what I came up with. But anyways, it's our social security card is our actual credit card, and that's in the public. So when they took all the goals, they transferred our birthright into their system, in other words, by presumption, presuming that because our moms, parents, grandparents, whatever, agreed to this. So now they start making claims on the placenta of the woman, the mom. So every baby who was born had a birth certificate, and they pledged that bond, that certificate, with a value amount on it, because everybody's literally silver and gold. All the elements is in us. So we're like living, walking gold. And did y'all know that our melanin, neuromelanin, they actually buying it is about $430 something an ounce. If not, I think it's 400 or 700 an ounce for the melanin. They take it from our skin, and they also burn the corpse of us to get melatonin. And that thing goes for 400 and something an ounce. So imagine now how much you weigh. That's how much they determine on your melanin. We're worth millions. So that's how they base the birth certificate from the time you were born. You had millions. And as time goes, it matures. And by the time you're 18, you have that lump sum of money you could tap into. But they don't tell us this. So you see, as you started from the very beginning, y'all peep game now, from the very beginning, since you're born, 1933, everybody who was born had a birth certificate. You already had billions, millions to billions from the first day. Then those are credits owed to you, right? Because remember, they took the silver and gold. We can't use no money to pay. Now, what they doing is, once you get older, they know your mom and parents ain't teach you this. So you're gonna get a card, get a credit card, sign up with all type of accounts. They already got the banks that they already set up. Because remember, this a plot. So they got JP Morgan, all them, Mellon Bank, New York Bank, Citibank, Chase Bank, you name it. All them set up their institution, their little branches. And what they're doing is they're getting everybody security, because they know that the children and the parents wouldn't know how to go about it, because nobody reading 500 pages or 1,000 pages of words they don't even know, never saw in their life. All they know is that, yeah, you got the house, here go the loan, you've been approved. So the word approved, everybody just bought into that. You're approved. So you see this game? They now got you with the approved, but nobody questioned how y'all got here to tell me I'm approved for something. So anyways, as they're going with their plans, 18 years old, we're growing up. We don't know now. We just signing things. The securities are being signed, contracts being signed. Nobody know about the endorsements. So years and years piling up, piling up, piling up. What they're doing is, after they get your securities, they're filing for abandonment, which is a 1099-A, right? This form right here. This form right here is what the bank uses and take the property away that's abandoned. So when you sign your car contracts, credit card contracts, whatever loans you take out, you left it unendorsed, which is a blank endorsement. They turn that around and endorse it on the back with the verbiage paid to the order of Citibank, same to the United States Treasury's 1978 or United States Treasury, to get the credits from your account from birth that your parents had set up for you, because they applied and got the benefit of having a social, which now they have a social security account, which is a credit card. That's the first credit card we have. And that's the master credit card. That's the card that most people who do this process, as far as playing the game, they get access to this unlimited card, because really there's no limit to it, because there's so much money in it and the money never dies. Even when you die, your account still goes on for infinity, because we never die. So it keep going, it goes and goes, because we're here in continuance. So what I'm saying is, imagine now you know what's going on, addressing that every instrument you ever made, you could now forgive these people for what they're doing. And I ain't going into depth about all they're doing, but I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know what they're doing already. But I just gave a little piece of what they're doing already. So what I'm saying is, now imagine now we know how to go